Okay, so very good afternoon, everyone. I know we have taken a little bit time, but thank you so much for your patience. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all for this enlightening masterclass on neuroplasticity and happiness, rewiring a brain for joy, which is organized by the Center for Distance and Online Education, Lovely Professional University. At the very outset, on behalf of the Center for Distance and Online Education, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to a respected head of the wing, Ms. Ginny Minajwin ma'am, and a respected head of vision, Mr. Manish Kumar sir, for their constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and for giving us the wonderful opportunity to host this masterclass. The guidance continues to inspire us to create meaningful and transformative learning experiences for our students and the faculty. So, talking about the masterclass today, the today's session is a unique exploration how the human brain has the extraordinary ability to rewire itself through thoughts, emotions, and experiences, a concept known as neuroplasticity. And in this masterclass, you will going to discover how consciously you train your minds to cultivate joy, resilience, and positivity. I would request all the participants who have joined us. This is going to be a learning experience for you, and make sure that if you have any questions by the end of the session, you can ask the question because we'll be having the QA round in the end. And to talk about the possibility regarding any doubts and all, we can solve it in the end only. Talking about the attendance, I will be sharing a feedback form with you right after the this introduction, and make sure that you fill it properly. The attendance form is very, very mandatory for your attendance. And lastly, the feedback form will be shared in the last end of the session. So, talking about this masterclass that is going to be held today, you need to know one very special or important thing is regarding the resource person, because we are very and truly honored to have with us Dr. Preeti Bhalla ma'am. She is a professor and an aptitude coach at Lovely Professional University. As a distinguished resource person for today, Dr. Preeti Bhalla is an accomplished accommodation and leadership coach with over 15 years of experience in teaching, research, and consulting. She holds an PhD in management and executive development certification from Harvard Business School. She is also certified in mental health care and child psychology. As the creator of the transformative aptitude framework, she has seamlessly integrated the science of happiness into leadership, workplace culture, and personal growth. Her impact extends globally with over 150 sessions conducted across the world, touching the lives of more than 20,000 individuals. She has authored books and research papers, convened international conferences, and is a regular contributor to thought leadership in the media. Her upcoming works, Circular Happiness and Aptitude and DEI, reflects her unwavering dedication to inclusive growth and emotional well-being. We are indeed privileged to have her share her deep insight on how reviving a brain can lead to happier and more fulfilled life. So, without any delay or ado, I would like to extend my warm welcome to ma'am. So please take over the session. Thank you so much. Ma'am, your voice is not audible. Not yet.
I expect my voice is audible now. Is it?
Yes, and we are
It
more
is
eager
perfectly
to
audible
listen.
to everybody?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Perfectly audible.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone here. Good afternoon. So we are having a happiness class, and I'm not looking forward for my class to be very silent. So I welcome you all to be a part of the session where we all are learning and growing simultaneously. So here onto the screen, we have neuroplasticity and happiness. So anybody who can see what does this smileys as? These beautiful apples? Can you see? Is it making you smile? Who all would smile by seeing this thing? Who, who all are able to smile? Yes, yes. So इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? I got somebody's request into it that it should be mix of every language. So I'm trying to make it a mix of every language. Right, exactly. So, okay. What is making us see something smiling and we copy that smile? ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? Is there a magic? Does it happen to you? कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि like you don't know a person and you are onto the street and somebody gave you a very simple sweet, not a wicked smile, not something like not expecting out, but कि कोई smile करता है हम उसको smile back दे देते हैं. होता है ऐसा कि नहीं होता है? What do you think? Yes, it always happens. Yes, it always happens. अब yeah, I would really like if you can disable audio for everyone so everybody can talk about the same thing. And even I would like that everybody, if they can put on their cameras for a while so that we see each other as a whole. Let's see how the system works towards it. But again, it's a request that can be done, right? So what I look forward is that happiness is very infectious. Whatever we see, we copy the same and we start acting in a similar manner. And this smile is a simple example of a science. It's an example of a science. Why? Because we have something called as mirrors, mirror neurons in our mirror cells in our body. So what they do is they keep on replicating the same. I see somebody smiling. I see somebody very motivated. I see somebody who is trying very hard. What happens intentionally, unintentionally, I start behaving the same. I put myself amongst the worried people. I put myself amongst the people who are always tension takers. what happens, I also start becoming the same. किस किस को याद है पेंडेमिक के टाइम पे कहा जाता होता था, न्यूज आती थी, टीवी बंद कर दो, बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिव न्यूज ना सुनो. किस किस को याद है? Who all remembers that? Do you remember what was happening? What was the reason behind it? What was the reason behind it? The simple reason was because my mind keep on taking the things and start acting in a similar manner. Do you all agree? Do you all agree? So what is it? It is a mirror neurons. Mirror neurons act very beautifully, like when we smile, but it also work when we see the people. जैसे जैसे लोग हमारे आजू बाजू काम कर रहे होते हैं, like they are focused, they are not focused. They are party lovers, they are not party lovers. They are dedicated, homemakers, homemakers. Business people. So whatever we see, we start becoming the same. Whatever we see, we start becoming the same. तभी शायद बचपन से हमारे को कहा जाता है कंपनी अच्छी रखो, कंपनी अच्छी रखो. किस किस के पेरेंट्स कहते होते हैं, like who all like exactly believe that yes, their parents and even we have started saying that now what is the most important thing is keep your company best, because if your company is best, you become an aggregate of the 5 people you are meeting. Those 5 people are what is a reflection of you, right? So what is happening is this mirror neurons. The first thing that we have learned today is it is we become the reflection of the people we are in company. I give you a minute. What we are reflecting, whom we are spending a lot of time. Socho zara, whom we are spending a lot of time. Are we spending with somebody who is very happy, energetic, and much motivated? Yeah, exactly. Yes, Anugrah. Yeah, it happens, but again what is happening is now let's become, like, from a management perspective, let's become a little more selfish, because now I want to craft my own life. I want to craft my own life. I want to be at the director position of my life. I do not want that what others are doing, I get influenced and I start working in a similar manner. But can I exactly direct my own guidance? So what I have to do is, the first thing is, if I take the power in my own hands and start working towards it. And now how to take this power? How to take this power? That's most important thing. Now, let's start working upon the perspective to understand that how this has to be done. So everybody agree the things, like what happens if I'm meeting certain anxious people, I become anxious. If I'm meeting some happy people, I become happy. If I am meeting some party freak people, I tend to be more into like partying. And does it happen that might be I'm not a good spendthrift, मैं बहुत खर्चा नहीं करती हूँ, but as and when I am with a part of people who are spending a lot, I become spendthrift too. So I need to check upon who is my company. Vidushi, yes, I will try. So now the first thing is what we have to do is fall in love. What we have to do is fall in love. Fall in love with your own self. Fall in love with your own self. The first thing of being fundamentally strong, grounded, and taking the my yeah self love. Is my voice breaking for everybody or is it only for Krishna? No, ma'am. Okay. No, no, no. It's perfectly well. Okay. Right. Now, yes, हाँ, रोहित मैं हिंदी पंजाबी सब मिक्स करके बोलूंगी. अब नाउ सबसे पहले मुझे क्या है, ओके, अब मैक्सिमम बच्चों के लिए वॉइस ब्रेक नहीं कर रही है, but then others need to see a little correction. The first thing is how I see myself. What I talk about myself is what I would make others talk about me. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Think again what I'm saying. Think again what I'm saying. The way I talk about myself to myself, about me, मैं अपने बारे में जैसा सोचती हूँ, जैसा बोलती हूँ, वही वर्ड्स मैं दूसरों के दिमाग में डालती हूँ, how they describe me. If I say I am blessed, if I say I'm hardworking, if I say I am very productive, if I am saying Like the things that I talk about myself become the words for others to talk about me. All those people who treat themselves, all those people who treat themselves very low, कोई बात नहीं, फिर क्या हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, मैं कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, नहीं नहीं मुझे नहीं चाहिए, बाकियों को दो. What would happen is, okay, block audio for everyone, then the voice would come. So okay, ma'am will be taking care of it. Now, what would happen is the way I treat myself, the way I talk about myself, I am giving that rights to others to talk about it. Sachin, इस चीज का इसका मतलब क्या है? Yeah, it is about having confidence in yourself. Confidence से भी ज्यादा सबसे पहले इस चीज में कॉन्फिडेंस किस चीज का आता है? जब मुझे पता है मैं कुछ एक्स्ट्रा कर रही हूँ, कुछ बेटर कर रही हूँ. इसके लिए सबसे पहले अपने ऊपर मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. Am I doing something extra from people? Am I working very hard? Am I studying well? Am I doing whatever job is assigned to me in a perfect manner? Am I 100% sure that whatever comes to me, I make it well? Harmanpreet Kaur, yes, I am trying to talk from that perspective itself. That what we do is हम क्या करते हैं? जिस जिस बारे में जिस जैसे हम अपने लिए सोचते हैं, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक छोटी सी एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ. एक कॉलेज है, एक छोटा सा कॉलेज है, या ट्रांसलेट कैप्शन ओके. एक छोटा सा कॉलेज है जिसके बीच में सिर्फ 10 या 12 फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं और 80 बच्चे हैं. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग अ लाइक इमेजिनरी एग्जांपल. एक छोटी सी इंस्टीट्यूट है, एक कॉलेज है जहाँ पे 10 से 12 फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं और 70-80 बच्चे. तो वहां पे जो टीचर्स है ना, देयर आर मैक्सिमम लाइक टीचर्स as we think we become. Yeah, very true. Maximum teachers, they keep on saying that हमारे को बहुत ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ता है. We need to manage all the things because we are only 10 people. So we are into looking forward for everything. So what happens? What happens there? There is a lady. There is a lady named as Radhika. Lady named as Radhika. She always brings her family words to the house that she's not satisfied. She is doing a lot of work, but nobody's recognizing. And what is happening is she is not able to do the work here. अब उस कॉलेज का प्रिंसिपल रिजाइन कर देता है. नेक्स्ट ढूंढना होता है प्रिंसिपल्स. डू यू थिंक राधिका को चांस मिलेगा? डू यू थिंक राधिका वुड गेट द चांस? The person who had been saying that she is having no time, she's always in a conflict, she's thinking that she cannot perform well, would she be given a chance? No, definitely no. Because जो उसने बताया, लोगों ने उसके बारे में वो समझा. But then there is another person who says that I love coming to the college. I am blessed कि मुझे काम है. और मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि मैं एक काम को ऐसे ना करूं, मल्टीपल तरीके से करूं. I want that whatever work has been given to me, it multiplies many folds and is result oriented. What do you think? What do you think? What would happen? Would she get a chance? Yes, definitely. Now, this is where we see we craft our own journey. We craft our own life. If I, yes, they would get a chance. Now, it never started that somebody became lucky all of a sudden. It started with how I treat myself. It started with myself. Can I balance my roles? Can I balance my roles? One role is into family, another is into job, another is as a sister, another is as a friend. But now, what happens when I am conflicting all those roles and I'm not happy as a person? What would happen? I'm not going to perform well. So, the first thing is I have to be happy. I have to be satisfied. I have to be acknowledging that I need to craft my own life. So, it starts with self love. It starts with self love. Okay, I want everybody take a minute, take a minute and talk about, write in the chat box what you think, what you think is your specialty, why you love yourself. Okay, I'm waiting. I'm looking forward in the chat box. First thing, like only one thing, that is, you have to write in the chat box one thing that you feel proud about, you're very happy, and you love yourself for that. So write in the chat box. My smile, okay, Manoj? Okay. I'm adaptable. I think I'm kind and quick learner. Okay. Be calm in any problematic. Ajitesh, you are calm because my 5-year-old version never gave up on me now. I love to listen to Gavna. I love my honesty, hardworking and dedicated because I'm very kind-hearted because I'm a caring person. Never give up easily on things. Very nice. Positivity. Prerna, that is one honesty and always I love confident and straightforward. Now, my helping and loving nature. Now, please remember one thing. People can copy anything, but they cannot copy your authenticity. Okay, you're talking from marketing point of view. Thank you. Okay, my patience level and honesty. Okay, great. Honest. Great. So, okay, that is perfect. That is perfect. So now the most important thing is we need to start by loving ourselves. If I want to change the way the world look towards me, if I want to change the things that are happening to me, I have to change my role with my own self, the way I look at my own self, right? So let's move ahead. So now, what is this? Life is C between B and D. How you define the C? What is the C? What is the C? Yes. What do you think is C? C is as, okay, it is character, confidence, na. Change, na. Okay, more trial. It is chase, na. It is change, no. Purnima, it is exactly right. Purnima, it is exactly right. It is a choice. Now, who would explain me what do you mean by it is our choice? It is our choice. There are some things which we cannot change, right? And we can keep on crying for that. But there are other things which we can change and bring smile back to us. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं जो we cannot choose, right? Yes, there are a lot of things which we cannot choose. We are just given. But then there are a lot of things which we can choose, right? I can choose to be passionate. I can choose of never giving up. I can choose my friends. I can choose my career. I can choose the direction of my life. I can choose in investing in myself or investing just on clothes. I can choose to change myself. I can choose to change my current state. Might be my financial state, might be my mental state, anything I can choose. जहां पे मेरी एनर्जी जाती है, जहां पे मेरा फोकस जाता है, वेयर एवर माई एनर्जी, माई एफर्ट्स, माई टाइम, माई इन्वेस्टमेंट इज गोइंग, दैट इज गोना ग्रो वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. देखा होगा बच्चे, जो बच्चे पढ़ने में बहुत टाइम लगाते हैं, दे आर like good with their studies, right? And all those people who invest a lot of time into playgrounds, they are good players. All those people who invest a lot of time with their friends, they are very good as a friend. But again, what is happening is, are they using it for their life perspective or not? That also becomes. So now it is a choice. Wherever my energy is flowing, this is very important for all of us to understand that wherever my energy is going, accordingly is the changes coming up. अगर मैंने बहुत ज्यादा अपनी सेहत का ध्यान रखने लगी हूँ, I can be an athletic, I can be fit. If I am taking a lot of care about my position, about my work, I would be performing the best. I'm taking a lot of care about like how to cook. I would be a perfect expert in cook. Yes or no? Do you agree? जिस चीज के ऊपर मेरा ध्यान जाएगा वो ग्रो करेगी. बट मसला सबसे बड़ा ये आ रहा है, हमारा ध्यान नहीं जाता. We are so preoccupied. We are so preoccupied. My mental state, my brain is being bombarded. मिनट के बाद कोई ना कोई information पहुंच रही है. एक like, एक click, एक message. Every second, my brain is not letting to be free. एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, अगर मेरा ब्रेन फ्री नहीं है तो ये अपनी कंसंट्रेशन, ये अपनी एनर्जी टुवर्ड्स अ स्पेसिफाइड पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं लगा. Yeah, we have an overdose of information. Yes, Anugrah very rightly said, we have an overdose. अब जब overdose हो जाता है तो फिर उसका क्या रिजल्ट आता है? We all are aware. Yes, yes, overdose हो जाता है तो क्या है? अब now let me put this way here. Just imagine. Yeah, ma'am, I'm unable to see chat. Okay, until okay, there would be an option for the same. Now, okay. Now just imagine, I had been talking this in a number of my sessions. Just imagine there is a devil and it wants to destroy the future world without letting it know. Just imagine करो आप devil हो या मैं devil हूँ और हमने सारी दुनिया को destroy करना है या एक छोटे से सिस्टम को ही destroy करना है उन्हें बिना बताए, तो उनको कैसे destroy किया जाएगा? Wrong information, okay. One is wrong information. What else can be there? Information is so powerful. Okay. Overthinking can. Overthinking कैसे? हम किसी को देते हैं overthinking, ये लो पकड़ो भाई, overthinking ले लो, पहन लो overthinking को. Wrong information, okay. Corrupt बना दे, हाँ, corrupt बना दे, mind को control कर दे, social comparison, misleading, brainwash, false interpretation. Okay, yeah. So now, by letting them think the freedom they have is the real one. Okay. Accessibility to comfort. Okay. So they become, as and when we become comfortable, so we do not want to work extra. Free की आदत डाल दो. हाँ. This is also nice. Brainwash. Social media attention. Right. Right. There are a lot of ways we can exactly kill the future generation. And अब यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा हम सोचें, are we also being killed? हमें भी मार दिया जा रहा है बिकॉज हमारे पास बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. हमारी क्रिएटिविटी को खत्म किया जा रहा है हमारे अंदर. लाइक वी वांट टू वर्क वेरी हार्ड बट वी आर नॉट वर्किंग हार्ड. आवर डायरेक्शन इज बीइंग टेकन अवे. सोशल मीडिया अटेंशन नहीं है. मैम आज से 10 साल पहले, आज से 10 या 12 साल पहले देयर वाज very few people who were talking about depression. And I really believe nowadays, if doctors do not understand what is happening to the patient, they would say depression hai, mental stress hai. Stress is being added to every aspect. But where the stress is coming from? Who's creating the stress? And how can I rewire my mind? It cannot end, but it can stop. Yeah, exactly. It is not that you have not experienced it. It is experienced because you have let it happen. Now we need to understand what is happening in this real world. In this real world, we have normalized distraction. जितनी information हमारे दिमाग को at present मिल रही है ना per day, this was the same amount of information which the people were receiving in 1990s in the entire year. Are you understanding? आज की जनरेशन को फ्यूचर से लेना और might be it is sensitizing them. It can be there. Now understand what was happening was earlier the source of information were very limited. Very limited source of information. It was TV, it was radio, but nowadays it is source of information is everywhere. Every second it is lot of information that is being sent to our brain. Now imagine if there is only an in point, and the entire information is flooded, and there is no out point. What would happen? Would it burst? Would it burst? Yes, it would burst. Now just imagine, अब क्या है, अब हमें information की तरीका देखें. जितनी information मेरे दिमाग में जा रही है, जितनी ज्यादा जा रही है, सारी की सारी कैसे जा रही है? Negative. Comparison. मेरे पास ये नहीं है, the people can do this thing. ये हो रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है. All the things have been framed 70% in a negative field. negatively. And what is happening is my mind is becoming distracted. My mind is becoming washed. My brain is becoming unrest. अब जितनी information ऐसे से डाली जा रहे हैं, it is not able to understand. कौन ऐसा है? Like who forgets where you have kept the keys? Who forgets what was the phone number? Who forgets like something was asked in like and you have not done it? Your work is pending. Is there would be maximum of us. Why? Because of the brain fog. Because of overly information in my brain, and my brain is not able to rest. Let's understand one thing. As and when my body is tired, मैंने बहुत काम किया है, मेरी बॉडी बहुत टायर्ड होती है, क्या होता है? हम सो जाते हैं ना, थकावट है, सो गए. Yes, ऐसे ही होता है ना. My body is becoming very tired. I worked very hard. So what would happen? I will fall asleep. But now imagine you have worked upon laptop. You have worked upon technical things. You have worked upon overthinking. You have worked rigorously hard in planning, complaining. What would happen? मेरा brain overactive हो जाता है. Overactive होने के कारण it is not able to sleep. Why? Because I am not working one thing, I'm working multiple things. Right? So what is happening is then when you are at a given point, you are multitasking, what would happen? It would be a fall. Right? We need to start understanding what is happening is that we have been normalized with the distractions that talk about that why something is happening. Like we have a lot of screen time, we have a short attention span, we are addicted. And even the youngest generation, the young kids nowadays, they are so addicted to the phones, to the things that their homework, their work, their friends, everything is onto them. And what is happening is a lot of information is being fed into them. Yeah, negative hormones are activated. And even what happens is if my brain is working very hard, it is not going to sleep. If it is not going to sleep, it is not taking rest. And if it is not taking rest, मेरा दिमाग जब tired होता है, my body automatically resists doing hard work. It starts talking negative. It goes into fight mode with others. I don't know if like maximum of must have experience if I've worked very hard in the office and something but I'm not getting the results. Something a little thing happens in a family, I burst out. Right? There are a lot of people who does the same because they're not able to balance the same things. So we need to understand that these distractions are exactly weakening our real relationships as well. They are weakening our real relationships. What is happening is जो असली relationship है किसके पास कितने Facebook friends हैं? How many Facebook friends you have or Instagram friends you have? Let me see in the chat. Okay. FOMO, fear of missing out. 0. Okay. 878, right? Good, great. What else? 0. I don't know. 2K. Instagram पे कितने हैं? 2 million. Oh my goodness. 0. Instagram. Instagram, how many friends you have? Now just imagine. Now just imagine. We are living in an era where we are much socially connected. 500, 600, 700, sometimes thousands friends on Instagram, but there is no one real friend with whom we can talk our heart out. हमें नहीं पता होता, we are not comfortable to tell what is going in my mind to my friends. Now, this is what is weakening the relationships. We have a lot of friends around us onto the Instagram, but there is no real friend, and we are not able to talk about it. Do we understand? This is where we are not able to understand who we are, right? And then again, there is a lot of comparison culture. My friend posted this, he was going here, he bought this product, he is having these dresses. Yeah, again, Shruti, yes, very true. What is happening? Social media is an illusion, but now we need to understand, even in reality, there are a lot of people we say hello, but we cannot open up because might be we are not trained. And then next thing can be we have made happiness as an external thing. Buying more things makes us happy, but it doesn't us. right? Buying more things, accumulating a lot of things, accumulating a lot of prizes, being at a perfect position, and then we'll be happy. And we have seen our celebrities who have a lot of fan following. They are living so depressed life. Yeah, exactly. We will be talking about it. Ritushi, we will be talking about this thing. Yes, there's a lot of things, but we are letting it happen to us. We are. So what is happening is because of all these, we have become like eroding our critical thinking. And then we are celebrating, I'm very busy. We are celebrating busyness, and we are not having the real time to sit with the people, to talk in a real sense. And we celebrate, अच्छा उसके पास time नहीं होगा. That means वो बहुत बड़ा इंसान है. But imagine all those people who have the time, they are much more better. They're ready to listen, they have the time to bring the solutions. And then maximum problems doesn't need flory things, they need very small tiny perspectives. So again, there is a disconnect from the nature as well. So all these things are exactly what is exactly helping me distract from my own version of the story. I am being distracted. I am being distracted from my own version. Now, this is what is digital dementia. That is exactly making us not think beyond. I'm thinking from a very narrow perspective. Yeah, no, Anugrah, it just depends upon like what they're doing and how they're doing. Now, this is again, we are trying to understand that how to understand our own self. This neuroplasticity means that everything is possible. It says that imagine a छोटी सी जिंदगी start होती है एक छोटे से सेल से. वो सेल बड़ा होता होता like it becomes a life size. Similarly, now a small tiny habit of acknowledging your own self, being grateful, being blessed, being present in the moment, being thankful about what you have, not to cry of what you don't have, but to be thankful for what you have. It can change the mindsets. छोटी सी चीज मैं अपने लिए क्या करना चाहती हूँ सोच मैंने लोगों की सोच नहीं लेनी अपनी सोच लेनी है लाइक व्हाट आई एम गुड एट हाउ कैन आई डू इट so what we can frame I can get rid of all these tensions and create a new world for myself create a new world for myself like for example what do you see here onto the screen what is it yeah Akshay this is what when I am looking towards half empty glass फिर मेरे अंदर क्या फीलिंग क्या आती है नेगेटिविटी की मेरे पास ये नहीं है मेरे पास ये नहीं है बट अगर मैं देखूंगा मेरे पास क्या क्या है व्हाट वुड हैपन आई वुड बिकम वेरी हैप्पी एंड वी बिकम मैग्नेट्स जिस चीज के बारे में मैं सोचती हूँ वैसा होता रहता है लाइक यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट मैक्सिमम गुरु संत जितने भी हैं दे हैव दिस ब्लेसिंग हैंड व्हाट इज दिस ब्लेसिंग हैंड व्हाट इज दिस ब्लेसिंग हैंड says it says whatever you utter is granted. If I utter, I can do anything. I can change. I can bring onto the table whatever I want to do. It would be said as granted. तथा अस्तु. बट अगर मैं कहूँ मैं तो नहीं होना मैं तो काम कर ही नहीं सकता वो भी तथा अस्तु है मैटर की करता है मैं की बोल रही हूँ like whatever I am saying whatever I am talking to myself whatever I am talking to others what would happen is that is what is तथा अस्तु. Are you understanding this तथा अस्तु concept? What is this tathastu? It says, जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने से सो ही देंगे. Manifestation are the term given by New English perspective, but there was always an aspect through religion, through our value system, that was of praying, that was of asking God, that was like telling Him what you want, telling Him what you are grateful for. Like manifestations, आज के लिए fancy terms आ गए हैं by certain of the people. Right? But reality may, it is since generations, since ages, it was the prayer. Yeah. So now what would happen, Akshay, is like if I doubt my capabilities, I would make my doubt very clear, and others will also doubt my capabilities. But if I do not doubt myself, what would happen? Others will not doubt you. They would say, नहीं ये सही कह रहा है. होता है ना हमारे घर में भी गेस्ट आते हैं, कैसे वो बोल रहे हैं, कैसे वो बोल रहे हैं. Like for example, I always say this to my MBA students. Everybody towards the end of their degrees, they would get a certificate. Everybody would get, but everybody would not get the same package. They are gonna check upon their attitudes, their skill set, their mindset. So this mindset is what is your authentic self. सबके पास degrees हैं, but what makes you different from others is your mindset. It is your personality, the way you take the things, the way you work under pressure. Under pressure, you are gonna cry. Under pressure, you are gonna thrive. Right? That is what exactly is matter. Now, this is a pink elephant. This is a new technology that has been just launched. Google was talking about it. What it was saying was that now, like all those people who have Gmail or something, some accounts this way, there is small, very small, this tiny sort of an elephant that would be there around them. So they are trying to make everybody happy and everybody think positive. So fourth positive करने के लिए करना है. तो वो क्या कहता है गूगल, उन्होंने एक छोटी सी डिवाइस बनाई है, फ्लाइंग एलिफेंट है, जो हर के पास होगा जिनके पास भी जीमेल अकाउंट है. अब वो क्या करेगा, फ्लाइंग एलिफेंट, इट वुड circle around your head in a small manner if you are thinking positive. जैसे होता ही है ना, हम सारे सबको प्रॉब्लम है ओवर थिंकिंग करने की. तो ये गूगल ने क्या बनाया, नई चीज बनाई है कि छोटा सा, बहुत ही छोटा, लाइक इट इज लाइक साइज ऑफ अ हाउस फ्लाई. सो इट कीप्स ऑन revolving around you. No, 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 no. Now, this small elephant would revolve around you if you are thinking positive. But if you are thinking negative, the small elephant would go and bang onto your head. It would go and bang onto your head. Now, what is it? Is it right or wrong way? ना ना ना, सिंपल सी बात है. अगर आप दुखी हो, ओवर थिंकिंग कर रहे हो, या आपके आजू बाजू गिर 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 करने लग जाएगा. यू विल स्टॉप इट. बट अगर तुमने कुछ गलत सोचा है, तो ये आपके सर पे आके बनेगा. Akshay, it is perfectly okay. Now just check upon it. You want to check that this is a comparison, or they are just trying to motivate the things. But yes, you always have the new perspective. But now there is nothing like this. But Vidushi, there is no device like this. But can we create a device for our own self? The time we start overthinking, can we exactly bang onto our head and say, stop it, stop it. My mind is a monkey mind. It cannot sit at one place. It would keep on jumping from one place to another. My mind is a monkey mind. जैसे monkey एक जगह पे बैठ नहीं ना सकता. Similarly, ये भी mind भी 2 मिनट के बाद इधर उधर 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 जाता रहता है. Right? अब मुझे उसको स्टॉप करने के लिए सबसे पहले अपने आप को बाहर निकालना पड़ेगा और खुद को कहना पड़ेगा, शट अप, बहुत सोच लिया, कोई जरूरत नहीं. It's easier said than done. But what would happen? I would get distracted. I will get distracted. I will intentionally put myself into the right kind of the work that I have to do. Yeah, we again, why we compare? Why we compare? Because we are not creating it. Why we compare? Because we think सिर्फ जो आधा glass खाली है. What I say is sometimes we do not feel abundant. We do not feel fulfilled. जब मैं fulfilled और खुद में ही खुश हूं ना, मैं अपने आप को किसी से कंपेयर नहीं करूंगी. But if I am feeling myself empty, I feel myself I don't have, I am like I am deprived of something, or I am desperate of finding something. जब वो खाली स्पेस आ जाती है ना, खाली स्पेस के बीच में बहुत ज्यादा नेगेटिविटी आ जाती है. तो मुझे उस स्पेस को ऑलरेडी फिल कर देना है विद ग्रेटिट्यूड. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, प्लीज लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इट. एवरीबॉडी, everybody close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Now think and go to your 10th standard class very quickly. Eyes closed. अपनी 10th क्लास में जाइए, 10th क्लास में जाइए मैथ्स के लेक्चर के टाइम पे। मैथ्स के लेक्चर के बीच में आपका आंसर सही था। नाउ ओपन योर आईज, वाज इट इजी? Was it easy? Now come back. Was it easy? It was very easy. Close your eyes, go to your 10th class. You can easily visualize it, right? In 10th class, in maths lecture and in that, right? It wasn't. It was very easy. Yeah, this is what is a mind travel. In seconds, you are traveling. In seconds, you are traveling. In seconds, you are traveling. But now, प्लीज रिमेम्बर, जिस चीज को हम ज्यादा याद करते हैं वो हमारी ऑटो पायलट स्पीड हो जाती है। हम जब भी आंखें बंद करते हैं ना, हम वो चीजों को याद करने लगते हैं जिसके बीच में हम फेल हुए थे, जिसके बीच में हमारी नेगेटिविटी हुई थी। We do not go back to all those happy times. And when we are nourishing my mind, मेरे माइंड में सिर्फ नेगेटिव 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 के बारे में मैं सोची जा रही हूँ, तो एक नेगेटिव बॉडी के बीच में से पॉजिटिव वर्ड्स कैसे निकलेंगे? अब मुझे इसमें क्या चेंज करना है? यहाँ पे नेगेटिविटी खत्म करनी है, यहाँ पे मुझे पॉजिटिविटी डालनी है। अब क्या करना है? इंटेंशनली सोचना है कैसे करना है। लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ अपने सेशंस में, हमारे इंडियंस को तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं लेना आता। हम कहेंगे ना आप बहुत सुंदर लग रहे हैं आज, नहीं नहीं इतनी भी कोई बात नहीं। हम कहते हैं ना किसी को, बड़ों को कहते हैं खाना बहुत टेस्टी बना है, नहीं नहीं नहीं, ऐसा रोज देखा मैं, कोई खास नहीं है ना। Are you understanding? We are not even able to accept compliments well. और वो compliments को हम अपने दिमाग में सीप अप नहीं करते हैं, उसके बारे में नहीं सोचते, अपने लिए प्राउड नहीं फील करते। rather हम नेगेटिविटीज को इतनी देर अपने दिमाग में करते हैं ना, गोल गोल घुमाते रहते हैं, गोल गोल घुमाते रहते हैं। And what happens? We become a negative. Now, अगर जैसे सिंपल सी बात है, एक छोटी सी बहन है ना, नींबू को निचोड़ते हैं तो नींबू का रस मिलता है, संतरे को निचोड़ेंगे तो संतरे का रस मिलेगा, कीवी को निचोड़ेंगे तो कीवी का रस मिलेगा। सिमिलरली, अगर एक नेगेटिव पर्सनालिटी को टाइम टेस्ट करेगा तो नेगेटिव आंसर्स मिलेंगे, पॉजिटिव कभी नहीं मिल सकते। जिस चीज के हम बने होते हैं, अब मैं नेगेटिविटी की बनी हूँ तो नेगेटिविटी दूंगी, मैं पॉजिटिविटी की बनी हूँ तो मैं पॉजिटिविटी दूंगी। व्हाट मैटर्स इज मैंने किस चीज को अलाउ किया है मेरे दिमाग में जाने के लिए, राइट? आई डू अंडरस्टैंड एवरीबॉडी। So now, what is happening is that is where we say choice. Choice is so important. What I want to listen. Am I intentionally putting myself listening to certain bad stories, or I'm intentionally saying नहीं मुझे नहीं सुनना? Stop it. Choice. अब मैं अपने दिमाग में किस चीज को फीड कर रही हूँ, right? So we need to start working on to the perspective that I want to create. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Do you all agree towards it? Yes. Okay. Very quickly, write in the chat box one thing that you want to achieve in your life. One thing that you want to achieve in your life. No comparison, no nothing. Simply who you are. Are you capable of doing that? How would you be able to do it? No. Please define it. Successful is not the destination. It's always the journey. It is the end result. Successful हो गया, काम क्या किया, क्या करना चाहोगे, ये पूछ रही हूँ मैं ना। गुड करियर हो गया, that's perfect. I'm saying actions बताओ, रिजल्ट नहीं बताओ। देखो दो चीज होती हैं, दो चीज होते हैं, एक्शंस क्या है? इसके लिए काम क्या करोगे? what you want to change at present that can done. Like for example, Asta has written join Air Force. Air Force को ज्वाइन करने के लिए कौन सी नॉलेज लेनी है, कैसे आपकी like practice होनी चाहिए, like skill sets and all that. What you would do? Please, let's understand there's a difference between what is the output and what efforts we are using the time, efficiency, efforts. Yeah, Manoj, for becoming a better programmer, you just have to enroll yourself. Enroll yourself to number of things. Go into competition. Go into competitions. Please understand, anybody who's trying to criticize you is your best friend. Anybody who's trying to criticize you is your best friend. Yes or no? Anybody who's trying to criticize you is your best friend because the person is going to tell you where you are wrong. Right. So, okay, now we need to understand we are already under the magic spell. Okay, yes, there is a statement that has been announced. And I have a question regarding the behavioral aspect of behavior in a manner of the system. Oh, yeah, because I do understand everybody has a past. Everybody has certain past that have hurt them. And based upon that, we start working towards it, right? But the most important thing is if you keep on going back to your past, you would not come out of the loop. You need to cut that loop and move ahead. For that, you have to accept what has happened. जब मैंने accept कर ही लिया कि मेरे साथ ये हो गया है, then I will start moving from there. कैसे change करूँ? कैसे जो हो गया उसको change नहीं कर सकती, but आगे की direction कैसे change करूँ? Please understand, there are a lot of things which we cannot change, right? And we have to accept it. The time we start accepting it, like this is a beautiful thing. Like इंडिया की फ्रीडम में महात्मा गांधी जी का बहुत बड़ा रोल था. Yes or no? था ना, बहुत बड़ा रोल. अब क्वेश्चन आता है, महात्मा गांधी जी की वजह से हमारे को इंडिपेंडेंस मिली, बट महात्मा गांधी जी को इंडिपेंडेंस कब मिली? उनको कब इंडिपेंडेंस मिली? उनको तब इंडिपेंडेंस मिली जब उन्होंने ये नहीं सोचा कि मेरे पास क्या नहीं है. उन्होंने सोचा मेरे पास क्या है, मैं उससे आगे कैसे चलूं. Are we understanding? We don't have to cry on the things what we don't have, what we have, right? इंडस्ट्री बंद की गई, वो कहते हैं अच्छा चल सकता हूं मैं. पद यात्रा की, इंडिया इकट्ठा किया. Are we understanding? The time we start thinking what I have and from where I have to develop it further, that's the most important thing. Now, please let's understand. We people are already in a spell. Spell with तुम्हारे पास ये नहीं है, तुम्हारा तुम ये नहीं कर सकते, तुम्हारे को बोलना नहीं अच्छा आता, तुम्हारी क्वालिटीज नहीं है. We are already under a spell. हाँ, Uma. You said it rightly. I want to become a politician, Uma. I read that. Yeah, we are conditioned to think in that manner. Now we need to cut that condition. We need to cut that conditioning. We had been conditioned, like for example, आज ही था, आज के क्लास में मेरा बच्चा क्लास में मुझे बोल रहा है, मैम मुझे ना बहुत ज्यादा डर लगता है कि जब मैं पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करता हूँ. मैंने उससे पूछा, मैंने कहा तुझे जॉब क्या करनी है? कहता मेरी सॉफ्टवेयर लाइक डेवलपर बनना है. एंड आई वाज सेइंग, तो सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर को पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करनी क्यों है? हर एक का अपने अपने डिफरेंट रोल्स है ना. So you don't have to be everything. You just have to be what you want to become. Right? Please understand there are a lot of CEOs, there are a lot of people who are at the top level and they're not very good speakers because that is not their profession. Their profession is something else. Their profession is decision making. Their profession is bringing the result onto the table. Their profession is not speaking to the general public. हर एक ने टीचर नहीं बन जाना, हर एक ने लाइक कोच नहीं बन जाना, हर एक ने पब्लिक स्पीकर या कुछ एंकर नहीं बन जाना. सो व्हाई वी आर रनिंग आफ्टर पब्लिक स्पीकिंग? द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज, डू आई हैव इंग्रेडिएंट्स जो मुझे आता है, मैं उससे कुछ क्या बना. राइट? डू यू ऑल एग्री? डू यू ऑल एग्री? So please do not run after something that attracts everybody. Everybody cannot be a fashion icon. Everybody cannot be a singer. Everybody cannot be a dancer. Everybody cannot be a speaker. Be good at what you are. Preserve your authenticity. And communication is again, it is a way that you can tell others what is going in your mind. So now we need to understand that that spell has to be taken out. हमें बचपन से ही ना इतने लंबे लंबे से इंजेक्शंस लगा दिए जाते हैं कंपटीशन के। कौन क्लास में फर्स्ट आएगा, किसकी राइटिंग सबसे अच्छी आएगी, किसका बना है। और वो उस टाइम पे सिर्फ इंकरेजमेंट का होता है, बट में हमारे दिमाग पे उसका नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट है। वी हैव स्टार्टेड कंपेयरिंग ऑन every field we have started comparing. What is the salary, right? How much is the spending? Yeah, exactly. Invisible injections, sort of invisible injection है ना हरमन। हमारे को इंजेक्शंस कितने सारे लगे होते हैं। एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दैट इज व्हाट इज द ट्रिगरिंग पॉइंट। वी आर नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग अदर्स, वी आर नॉट हैप्पी फॉर अदर्स, रेदर वी आर स्टार्टिंग कंपीटिंग विद उसके पास कैसे आ गया मेरे पास। दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट आई हैव टू change from myself. I have to remove that magic spell, that spell out of me, that I cannot be happy if others are progressing. Right? I have to remove that. I have to be very happy with I have to be happy with what others are doing, right? And I have to grow myself. There is nothing as something that somebody is trying to control me. My mind is controlling. My mind is stopping me from doing what I want to do. My mind is very powerful. It can create misery or it can create miracles. Yes or no? Do you agree? Okay. Now, everybody share with me an example जहाँ पे you would like to change the situation, जहाँ पे आपने एक नेगेटिवली तरीके से रिएक्ट कर लिया, पर अगर पॉजिटिव किया होता तो बहुत अच्छा होता है। Everybody, like, okay, let me see here in the chat box. If you can share an example where you think if you are given a chance to go back and change it, just the way you reacted is changed and the things would become very different. बताओ कौन सी है सिचुएशन। It's like a situation when you were very young and then your parents were asking you to पढ़ो, तुम पढ़ते नहीं थे। यही कितना अच्छा बनने की जरूरत है कि I was a topper but now due to stress I can focus on my studies. Okay, yeah. So Vadushi, please, I this iPhone 14, I don't get your name. Please understand, stress is what I am letting my brain feel over there. Vidushi, I'm asking you one question that I said my brain is so powerful, it can create miseries and it can create miracles. I am letting you feel and think about a situation where because of your own mind, you trapped yourself. कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन जहां पे तुम्हारे रिएक्शन की वजह से तुमने अच्छी पॉजिटिव चीज को भी नेगेटिव कर दिया। ओके, यहाँ से आएगा ना रश्मि। Okay. So this happens to everybody. No, I know Krishna, it is very bad, but then if you are in a condition to control it till the time you can control it, please control it. You have to intentionally put yourself into situations and things. Intentionally get up, get ready, go out for the things. एक चीज सबसे पहले जो मेरा माइंड बनाता है, केज बनाता है, पिंजरा, सबसे तोड़ दो, किसी से बात मत करो, किसी को बताना नहीं है। And what happens? And what happens when I am not talking about it? I am not letting it. अब now just imagine, कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन मेरे दिमाग में आ रही है, अंदर ही रिफ्लेक्ट करी जा रही है। छोटी सी चीज का बड़ा सा पहाड़ बन रहा है और मैं पूरा नेगेटिव हो रही हूँ। अब वही चीज को आई लेट गो। ओपन करो, अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड से डिस्कस करो, अपने अपने friends से, अपने counselor से discuss करो. What would happen that negativity go out? Please understand this is something very important. Something very important. What happens is anything that is coming to your mind, if it is not let out from any decision or any message, it would keep on reflecting and refracting. So, Arushi, it's perfectly okay. Now, the thing is, there are two things. What you're going to make out of it, or you keep on regretting about it. Yeah, that is so wonderful. Migration so that I'm not running into a big problem. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to read all these things. Okay, so after the webinar, I'm disappointed by my behavior. Now, all those people who really feels, I really tell you, this is the time to change your life again. It is a time to change. It's not just about being into education or being into a system. It is about taking the charge of your own self, taking the charge of your own self. And it doesn't have to be very big. It has to be very, very small things. The small things that you bring to the life that brings the changes. Yes, hope I'm audible. I'm audible now. Yeah, this is what. Okay. There are 100 billion neurons. Yeah, it's easier said than done, Raghav. The most important thing is create a company around yourself of all those people who would do it. अब कोई भी एक छोटी सी सोच आती है ना, वो एक छोटा सा सेल बन जाता है हमारे दिमाग में. छोटा सा सेल होता है. अब उसके बारे में मैं बार बार सोचती रहती हूँ, बार बार सोचती रहती हूँ. इट बिकम्स वेरी ह्यूज. अब वो जब वो ह्यूज बन जाता है तो वो मेरे हर एक्शन पे इम्पैक्ट करने लग जाता है. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई से दैट for example, if I say I'm not enough, or I'm not able to speak, or I don't have enough money, that is a negative thing. So what happens? I keep on getting ahead with it. I want to learn video, but yeah, yeah, exactly. Now, the most important thing is I have to hold myself and make it move towards the journey of the life I want in my life. सबसे important क्या है? मुझे अपने आप को hold करना है. अपना ही हाथ पकड़ के इसको आगे लेके जाना. Yeah, and I don't have to be trapped in my past. I have to move ahead with the positivity. Now, this is what exactly is it. What I was talking to you was I was telling you what is happening is my brain does not know the difference between, it does not know the difference between experience and visualization. What do you understand by this? What is this term said as? It does not know the difference between experience and visualization. So, what it means is, it means that I can go to my past and feel the same pain now. Now, for example, anything that happened to me like 5 years back, 5 years back, 6 years back, 7 years back. So, what is happening is I am still crying onto the same things. So, what is happening is I'm not letting myself enjoy the current changes. So, what is happening is based upon my visualization. See, there's a difference between experience and visualization. Yeah, it's perfectly okay. It is the difference between experience and visualization. And now, what matters is The way I look at the things is the same way I make my brain experience. अगर मैं किसी भी चीज को ऐसे देख रही हूँ कि जिसके बीच में मेरी गलती है या मेरे पास कोई नेगेटिविटी चीजें हैं, तो मेरा ब्रेन सेम चीज को कर रहा है. एंड इफ आई start from my all negative, what would happen? I would not develop positivity. The most important thing is what is my perspective for life. It's, Vidushi, I'm trying to find your question. Yeah, I have left in my life many things. I want to build my best friend. I have to take the responsibility. Yeah, now, Vidushi, I really tell you, uh, I do understand. It's not just you. There are people across places who have felt a lot of negativity in their lives. Lot of negativities in their lives. Lot of negativities. But now we have two options. Choice. We have two options. उसको लेके बैठे रहो और रोते रहो. या छोड़ो उसे. Start moving with the new things. Let me give you an example. Vidushi, here, you need to answer. Everybody needs to answer. Like, just imagine who all gets up early on Sunday mornings. Who all gets up early on Sunday mornings? No, no, me. Okay, no, ma'am, none. So just imagine, even I don't get up. It's Sunday morning, you got up very early. You got up very early and you thought like, oh my goodness, everybody is sleeping. So I go for a walk. So तुम park में चले गए. You entered the park. You just understand the story. You entered the park. As and when you entered the park, onto the right hand side, there was a small boy somewhere as 5 to 6 years of age. 5 to 6 years of age, and the child was crying. बहुत ज्यादा रो रहा था, होके ले के रो रहा था. तुम्हें देख के उसको बहुत ज्यादा खुद को ही तरस आ रहा था. Right? Onto the left hand side, there was a child who was crying, and onto the right hand side, there was another child almost of the similar age, but was full of joy. मिट्टी को ही पकड़ रहा था, कुछ कभी टॉय बना रहा था, कभी तोड़ रहा था, कभी बना रहा था, और कुछ. तुम पार्क में गए हो, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे क्राइंग बाय भी है, राइट हैंड साइड पे हैप्पी बेबी है. राइट? कहाँ जाओगे? Like, to whom would you go? You would go to a happy child or a crying child? You need to choose one. You would choose a crying baby or a happy baby. Happy side, ma'am. Happy. रोते बच्चे को कुछ नहीं कहोगे? बेचारे को चुप भी नहीं कराओगे? रो रहा है जो बच्चा, उसको चुप करवाओगे? अच्छा, okay, I can see crying now. Right? Yeah, I can see. Now, these imaginary kids are there in my brain every day. I get up in the morning. One is crying over the past. मेरे साथ ये हो गया, मुझे ये कह दिया. This is the negative. This is the negative. और एक तरफ कुछ बचा है, कोई बात नहीं, जो हो गया कोई बात नहीं, अगला दिन देखते हैं. अब जो कभी ट्राई किया है रोते बच्चे को चुप कराना, when you try to pacify a crying child becomes more angry, more crying. It would never stop. It would never stop. It would keep on asking for more things, more things, more things, more things, more things. Right? So what we have to do is leave that crying child crying. Whatever has happened, happened. Leave that crying child crying. Go with the happy child. Intentionally choose the friends that are happy. Intentionally go into the company that go and enjoy their lives. Intentionally put yourself into difficult situation. Work very hard. If you're working very hard, you would enjoy the result of the same. Krishna, you need to start up with it. Yeah. Backfire without it can condition. Yeah. But I'm just giving you an example. This is not because Trivedi, it is not gonna end. It is gonna end. Like I really feel it is even like even if the result is 5% or 10%, but yes, if the people can manage. Right now, just imagine anybody who is fueling the mind with the positive things again and again. देखो एक water का system flower pot में जब हम कुछ डालते हैं, like pani डालते हैं या कुछ है. It keeps on going up, and the circle is there, water cycle is there. Similarly, what is happening is what is happening with our root system is if I'm nourishing my roots, if I'm nourishing myself with happy things, about thinking how productive I am, how good I am. Okay, Krishna, background से आवाज आ रहा है. अब now hope it is okay. So the things becomes very right. Okay, yeah, this is how. This is a mind tree. कौन कह रहा था overthinking? Is this the way you do the overthinking? All those people who were thinking about the talking about the overthinking patterns. Overthinking. Now understand the neuroplasticity talks about you can change your mind anytime, but it is a choice you want to change or you don't want to change. It is your choice. Neuroplasticity talks about that my cells keep on generating new things, new neural networks are created everything. Anything that I'm repeating for good 21 days or 42 days, it becomes onto an autopilot mode. Like for example, कौन सुबह उठ के सोचता है कि आज ब्रश किया जाए या नहीं किया जाए. नहाने का मैं कह लेती हूँ कि सर्दियां शायद some people give it a second thought. But what about brush? Do you give a second thought about ये मेरे स्लीपर्स हैं कि ये किसी और के स्लीपर्स हैं? हमें जितना मर्जी रश हो अपने स्लीपर्स पता लग जाता है. Yes or no? My mind doesn't have to give a second thought, right? Because वो ऑटो पायलट मोड पे चला गया. बट जिस चीज के ऊपर मेरे पास कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता है वो ऑटो पायलट मोड पे नहीं जाता. अब किसी भी चीज को एक सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए ऑटो पायलट रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस. कोई भी एक दिन जिम जाके अपनी बॉडी नहीं बना सकता. सिमिलरली एक दिन पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड रख के nobody can be positive. It has to be sustained over the period of time. And positivity doesn't mean you have to be fake every time. You have to be fake every time. कि हाँ कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता कुछ नहीं बना. You have to accept the rainbow of emotions. तुम दुखी भी हो सकते हो तुम jealous भी हो सकते हो. Jealous भी हो रहे हो ना तो बताओ नहीं कि I'm very jealous but I would grow one day. Sachin Tripathi, please, again, this is what we are. We need to work from the perspective what we can do the best, right? Now, the thing is where I'm looking, what is my lens? मैं किस नजरिए से देख रही हूँ? मैं इस नजरिए से देख रही हूँ मुझे ये नहीं कुछ मिल रहा या इस नजरिए से देख रही हूँ oh I am so like blessed कि I am at least getting a chance of all these things. नहीं तो क्या था पेंडेमिक के टाइम पे सब कुछ बंद हो जाना था. But ये ऑनलाइन सिस्टम्स की वजह से जूम मीटिंग की वजह से we are meeting. Now just imagine we all are sitting here. Approximately 140 odd of us, 140, 170 odd of us. We are coming from diverse places, but all are giving the point. Now we need to understand that what I want to bring my lens. जिस नजरिए से मैं चीजों को देखूंगी उस नजरिए से मुझे चीज दिखने लग जाएगी. I can bring a negative thing to the positive things and positive में भी negativity निकाल सकती हूँ. होते हैं ना ऐसे लोग. Do you know somebody who can bring negativity even in a positive situation? कुछ रिश्तेदार. Yes. Yeah. Mind also need a very good diet, selective. हम खाने में कुछ भी खा लेते हैं क्या? खाने में like just imagine अगर अभी हार्पिक समोसा लॉन्च हो खाओगे? हार्पिक समोसा क्यों नहीं खाओगे दिया? हार्पिक समोसा है ना. नो क्योंकि हमारे माइंड में बैठा है हार्पिक इज व्हाट टॉयलेट क्लीनर आई कैन नॉट हैव इट. ऑलरेडी प्री पोजिशनिंग autopilot mode है right. Similarly what we need to do is we have to create that autopilot mode for us for feeling that blessings. डाइवर्सिफिकेशन कर सकते हैं कृष्णा वो. Now okay anyways so now this is the mind map that we need to cut and stop. एंड सी दिस इज अ रियल स्ट्रक्चर जो मेरे ब्रेन में जाता है, न्यूरोप्लास्टिसिटी। एक छोटी सी सोच आती है, उसका प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर बनने लग जाता है। माइंड इज मूविंग थ्रू द ब्रेन, इट इज द माइंड दैट इज कलेक्टिंग ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन। अब क्या होता है, जिस चीज को मेरे सेंस ऑर्गन्स अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं, लाइक टीवी में आप नॉर्मल है, लाइक कौन से प्रोडक्ट ज्यादा बिकने लग जाते हैं जो हमारे को इमोशनली अटैच हो जाते हैं। एनीबडी हु कैन कम अप विद इमोशंस, लाइक कई बार डरा डरा के भी एलआईसी पॉलिसी कैसे बेची गई है हमें डरा के, तो क्या है, हमने देखा, सुना, फील किया, वी बिकम सो लाइक टेरिफाइड एंड द ब्रेन स्ट्रक्चर स्टार्टेड इन माय ब्रेन, क्या होगा इफ दिस हैपेंस टू मी। एंड वही एडवर्टीजमेंट मैंने 4 बार देख ली, 5 बार देख ली, व्हाट वुड हैपन, आई विल गो एंड बाय अ पॉलिसी। यस और नो? Yes or no? Now, this is what exactly is it. Now, just imagine we are sitting in a class and we have a thought of entrepreneurial business. That a little thought is into my mind. It would go off, it would die if it is not repeated again. But if I keep on repeating that same thought in my mind, what would happen? I will craft or I can design the things. कृष्णा कौन है ये? कृष्णा, I would like you to tell me ये कौन है? So this is what the brain that changes itself. हम सबका brain ऐसा है that it can change itself, but provided कि हमने इसे control किया है. It is not controlled by the external factors. It is not controlled by the external factors, but I am controlling it and I am trying to create. So this is what is neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity says that I can. I was running. So this is what is neuroplasticity. Anything that together, it wires together. That means what? So दो लोग have the same purposes, they become the best friends. Best friends कैसे बनते हैं? Common interest, common enemy, common working place. ऐसे ही होता है ना? ऐसे ही होता है ना? Anything that fires together, that wires together. Similarly, now it is in my mind. What happens? Why I get into certain practices and I do not get into other practices. It just depends that what is the intention in my mind. I am giving it just one approach or 10 approaches that I want to change my behavior. So what it is, the first thing is it is about experience. What I am repeatedly doing. I tell you a story. ये मैं हर बार ये story सुनाती हूँ, मुझे बड़ी पसंद है. साउथ अफ्रीका पता है सबको? You need to try, Mohit. Everything is possible. Everything is possible if you feel it. It is again from generation. It would go from you to others and others. So you need to stop it if you have recognized it. Now, okay. In South Africa, there is like lot of like problems, बीमारियां वगैरह बहुत, medicinal issues बहुत चल रहे हैं. तो एक chain of hospitals में जिस उसके सीईओ ने, चेन ऑफ हॉस्पिटल्स के सीईओ ने सारे डॉक्टर्स को इकट्ठे बुला के बिठाया और बात कर रहे थे. वो कहते हैं कि जब भी आप पेशेंट से बात करोगे, आपने स्माइल करना. डॉक्टर्स को कहा गया, सीईओ ने कहा कि मैं आपको तनख्वाह दे रहा हूँ, तो मेरा ये ऑर्डर है कि आप जब भी पेशेंट से मिलोगे, आपने स्माइल करनी है. डॉक्टर सारे बहुत गुस्से में आ गए. हम कैसे कोई स्माइल कर सकता है? कोई जला हुआ आता है, कोई बीमारी से आता है, किसी का सिर दर्द हो रहा है, किसी को ब्लड आ रहा है, कोई एक्सीडेंटल है. हाउ कैन आई स्माइल? और वो तो पेशेंट्स क्या कहेंगे कि दे आर नॉट इवन एम्पैथेटिक कि कोई इतनी प्रॉब्लम है, ये आगे से स्माइल कर रहे हैं. बट डॉक्टर सीईओ था, वो कहता नहीं, आपको करना पड़ेगा, आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. वो कहता है, सारे डॉक्टर्स कहते हैं नौकरी क्या और नखरा क्या, अब हम नौकरी कर तो रहे हैं, हमें करना पड़ेगा. तो उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया फेक स्माइल से. फेक स्माइल, एवरीबडी अंडरस्टैंड? सो वी ऑल जज फेक स्माइल्स. तो जब उन्होंने फेक स्माइल से स्टार्ट किया, फेक स्माइल से स्टार्ट किया, लाइक क्या हुआ, आफ्टर 5 days, आफ्टर 6 days, आफ्टर 10 days, आफ्टर 12 days, जो फेक स्माइल थी वो रियल स्माइल में चेंज होगी, क्योंकि ऑटो पायलट हो गया ना. ऑटो पायलट मोड पे चला गया. जो जो चीजें तुमने बार बार की होती है वो ऑटो पायलट मोड में चली जाती है. तो यू वर स्माइलिंग फेक. It went into an autopilot mode. और जैसे ही तुम पेशेंट के साथ स्माइल करके बात करते हो, so an impression went into the minds of the customers or into the minds of these patients. इतनी बड़ी कोई बीमारी नहीं है, डॉक्टर के मुंह पे स्माइल है, मतलब मिनटों में ठीक हो जानी है. Are you understanding? Are you understanding what happens? The patients perceived that the problem is not so big, and because the doctor is smiling, that means it can be cured very easily. All is well. And as and when my body, my cells started perceiving all is well, what happened? Everything went well. And मैं बहुत जल्दी ठीक होने लग गया. Patients बहुत जल्दी जल्दी ठीक होने लग गए. टर्नओवर बहुत ज्यादा आने लग गया. लोग और पेशेंट्स आने लग गए. बिजनेस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया. एक छोटी सी सोच से, स्माइल. And what is happening is when you're smiling, the things becomes very changed. Now, what is happening is it was the experience that was done, and the doctor started to fake it, repeatedly do it. Similarly, over here, what they're doing is, see, this is what is a neuroplasticity, how we are generating. So, experience, we are paying attention to the same thing, right? There is specific brain activity, right? And if we are repeating it over the period of time, it would become my daily habit. And that daily habit, small micro daily habits is what is gonna bring the change. Like for example, मैंने पूछा था कौन कौन सुबह उठता है, right? कौन कौन pray करता है, कौन कौन grateful है, right? What is this? This is again a daily habit. Yeah, three in medicine. Yeah, exactly. Now, what is happening is it is our daily habit, what I am pouring in my mind. Am I pouring that I am blessed? एक पॉजिटिव सेटल बनता है. आई एम कोडिंग, मेरे पास तो ये भी नहीं है कंपैरिजन, मेरे पास ये भी नहीं है नेगेटिविटी. Vikas, I have no idea. You would get to know the things, Bacha. No worry. No worry. So what would happen? This is how the neuroplasticity works. So we have to deliberately choose. जितने यहाँ पे all the students who are listening to me, please deliberately choose what you want to bring to the table. What you are doing deliberately, everyday basis for at least 20, 21, 30 days, what would happen? It would go into your autopilot stage and it would become very natural. Like for example, now I tell you another thing. If you want to have an abundance attitude, start blessing the people around you for no reason. All those people, like imagine the blessings perspective from our Indian culture is so unique and powerful. We like, for example, like you don't know somebody, but somebody is riding a cycle or somebody is onto the roadside, a hawker. Somebody, छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं जो चप्पल नहीं पहने, तुम उनको पैसे नहीं दे सकते, मत दो. Blessings जरूर. जब तुम blessings दे रहे हो कि I wish this becomes great. You are giving the blessings that might be in the near 2 years you run your own shop. Might be in 2 years you have this your kids will. You're giving that blessing. कौन blessing देता है when I am on to a already higher stage कि मेरे पास सब कुछ है, right? And what would happen when you start doing that, giving that blessing, your mind would automatically read that कितना कुछ है जो तुम्हारे पास already है. And when you start believing you have a lot of things with you, happiness level altogether rises. And this is what is neuroplasticity. This is what exactly is the neural network. Please, everybody, start giving the blessings. Blessings. Yes, you be successful, you be this. So because what happens, it leaves an impact on you too. Right? And then please make sure that every day for some time you are disconnected with the social media and perspective and connected with the real people who are sitting by your side. So everybody promise me that. I'm not looking forward. Okay, I'm looking forward for a promise. At least that promise should run for good 20 days. Yeah, 20 days. आधे घंटे के लिए social media बंद and the people who are by your side. Your parents, grandparents, your family members, your kids, everybody. It can be anybody. Disconnect to reconnect with the real existence. वो fake है सारी चीजें. We also know how we click our photographs, right? Filter आ गया आजकल, तभी ये business चल रहा है, right? So we need to disconnect to reconnect with our own selves. right? And please understand, मेरा दिमाग बहुत ज्यादा खराब है, शाना है, हम कहते हैं ना वो हिंदी वो पिक्चर वाली लैंग्वेज में, इट इज वेरी लाइक क्लेवर. It do not look towards what is good, but it looks towards what is bad. Over here, what would happen? मेरी नजरें सिर्फ एक टूटी हुई टाइल की जाएंगी, जबकि साइड पे 9 सही है, 10 सही है, उस पे नजर नहीं जाएगी. Unintentionally, intentionally, only the negative I see. So I have to start training my mind not to see the negative, but to see what is positive as well. Oh, Anjali, that's a real task for you. No, you don't have to start thinking like monks, or it's not about that. It is we need to actually live our life. We need to live our life. Whatever I'm focusing on, जिस पे मेरा focus जाएगा, उस पे मैं काम करती रहूंगी. Like for example, if I'm wearing a dress and there's a small like ink flowed onto it, what would happen? I would keep on hiding it. But the time I accept it, हाँ मेरी dress गंदी है तो क्या ही हो जाएगा? अब तो हो गया जो होना है. Right? What would happen otherwise? I will keep on hiding the thing. जिस चीज से मैं छुपाना चाहती हूँ या बताना नहीं चाहती हूँ, it multiplies many fold. But the things I start accepting, that acceptance can be of my own nature, my status, my family, my financial conditions, my knowledge patterns, or anything. What would happen is if I accept it, I will start learning more. But if I'm not accepting it, I will keep on putting my energy to hide the same, right? Now, this is what exactly for all the future learners. Okay, so I would like you to like this is what we need to mend our relationships with ourselves, right? We have to think different. Please, apple के बीच में से कभी भी orange का juice नहीं आता है, right? We need to avoid these things and create our own patterns. Circle of circus of mind से monkey mind को cut करके अपने आप को free करना है, right? So my brain, as I talked about visualization and experience, नहीं पता ये कहीं पे भी बैठ के रो भी सकता है, हंस भी सकता है, right? Because it does not know the difference between the same, right? So become the director position of your own life. So now I would like you to understand this aptitude. It talks about the circular happiness model. So we have a good number of things published onto the same things. We have been saying ये चीज अचीव होगी तब हम खुश होंगे, ये चीज होगी तब हम खुश होंगे, ये होगा तब होगा. ऐसा नहीं होता. We need to start with a positive, happy mind. As and when I am positive, my attitude towards it positive, and I get the results, and it becomes a loop of cycle. It becomes a loop of cycle. Like for example, happy go lucky बोलते हैं हम, शुरू से बोलते हैं happy go lucky. What it says is, if I'm working with a positive mindset, I will get the positivity. I will become a like a magnet for positivity. I will become a magnet for luck. So this is what we have to do. Okay, I open this session for any doubts or any questions, please. So, Air, I would love to be connected with you onto Insta, onto LinkedIn, onto every platform we can. Okay, yes, I open this platform for further questions. Any questions from your side? Ma'am, can they use their mics as well?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
for
you can.
now, I think one by one we can choose.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, ma'am, fair enough. So, any questions from there? Yeah, Mohit, you can like, Bhalla Pretty is my LinkedIn profile. Hi, Swapnil. Any doubts or all clear? It is just now the more is the focus about the things. हाँ, I told you, स्वप्निल जब हमारा माइंड ज्यादा एक्टिव हो जाता है तो it does not know how to rest. For that, I have to rest my mind. हाँ, Sachin, yeah, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. Oh, yeah, Vishwajit.
हेलो मैम।
Hello.
यस,
Hi
अभी
there.
क्या हुआ है, ड्यू टू सम इंसिडेंट्स एंड ओवरलोड स्ट्रेस, बहुत
Mm,
बार ऐसा होता है कि पूरी रात नींद ही नहीं आती और
mm,
कंटिन्यूअसली नेक्स्ट डे हम काम पे जाते हैं, लेकिन उसका हेल्थ पर भी असर हो रहा है और बाकी चीज़ों पर भी।
mm. I can understand. This is what is happening is because I am letting my mind overthink about it. But as and when I would accept that this is my situation, I want to change my situation. I will start
I think we lost the voice in between. I think the next profile has been cancelled by itself. I think you logged out from the second device. Uh, okay, students, I guess because of network glitch, we have lost the second device. No worries. We'll be quickly right back. Don't worry. Just be connected with us. The audio, we missed out the audio. I think we have been logged out of your second device. Maybe you should try to connect from the second device now that you were joining before. Okay, no worries. But I think it was a great session for everyone. You might have learned a lot from this session. So, talking about the whole session, how it went and everything, I think it was a eye-opening for you that how to deal with your stress, anxiety, and how to make sure that you have a positive outlook to the things around you. Because things will be something off will be there. The mind always reaches to the negative things, right? And as ma'am has stated with a lot of examples, lot of things to make sure that you apply in your life. So, without any more delay, I would say I would like to take the whole privilege to give a word of thanks on the behalf of Center for Distance and Online Education, Lovely Profession University. First and foremost, I would like to express the deepest gratitude to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Priti Bhalla, for leading us through such an insightful and inspiring session on neuroplasticity and happiness. Ma'am, your words have been beautifully illuminated how our thoughts and actions can reshape our brains and internal lives. The practical techniques and reflections you shared have truly encouraged us to approach happiness as a conscious and learnable skill, one that can be nurtured with awareness and positivity. A heartfelt thank you to all the participants who have been there with us throughout the session, learning a lot, asking questions, and clearing up their doubts. And a heartfelt thank you to all the coordinators, all the technical support team whose efforts ensured that today's event was conducted smoothly and successfully. I would like to conclude this session and I would like to mention that before we end up this session, this masterclass, a key message that everyone should be having today that the happiness is not merely a state of mind, but a skill we can develop by consciously rewiring our thoughts and habits. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Priti Bhalla, for sharing your wisdom and inspiring us to choose joy, purpose, and mindful living. And student, I have shared a feedback form. If it is not available to you, I'll share it again. And for your information, we are having an offline masterclass conducted on November 1st. You are heartily welcome to be on the campus, be with us. And the details are already on the social media. We have already shared on the social media platforms. You can definitely be a part of us, be with us. And this is going to be an UPSC CDS uh, masterclass, which will be conducted by the Mr. Anmol Sharma. So, ending it on a very good note. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you so much.